Hey, Dinarland Ninja here. Today is Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. This is from Dinarland Highlights. Mountain Goat said, did the CBI just end the currency auctions? Let this news play out and see if, in fact, the currency auctions do continue and are picked back up and buy and sell rates change. Or will this finally be the end and the reinstatement is just around the corner? If they are exchanging very limited dinars for US dollars via the currency auctions, then how can the banks continue in business? Could this mean reinstatement time finally to get out of this situation? We know this was on the very first list of demands from the demonstrators, so let's see what happens. We also just heard this morning, which was 11/18/19, that Parliament is going to vote on some needed legislation in regards to these demands. Then out popped an article telling us that the 2020 budget will reach Parliament in the next few days or so for the first vote. Oh boy, this could get interesting real fast. But the budget has an implementation date of January 1st, 2020. Why? Because their fiscal year begins on January 1st. The first quarter of their fiscal year is the best time to reinstate the currency. Looks like our early January 2020 date creeps up again. I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed this time. This is finally the beginning of the end of this Iraqi dinar RV ride. There will be no RV or instatement of the Iraqi dinar unless they can somehow get the Iranian influence out of the government politics, clean up the corruption. So why all the hype and panic now about these demonstrations? The sky is not falling in Iraq. What we are witnessing is exactly what needs to take place. The pressure for the demonstrators is causing all these fixes to happen at warp speed. This is all so good for us and our investment. It is happening and we should all be glad and jumping for joy this is now being addressed. Okay, from Frank 26 KTFA, the banks are wound up so tight just one breath from the CBI is going to set off giving the citizens, in my opinion, the smaller notes because there has been a change to the American dollar in the auctions. If that is true, that means an exchange rate has occurred. The only way we could have done that is if they made a change to the rate of currency. And I believe they're about to make an announcement, but first we've got to get the pictures and we've got to get the descriptions. You know, Maliki, his palace, they burned it down to the ground. These sweet, innocent, beautiful Iraqi citizens don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to kill anybody, and they're not. They just want revenge. And that which was theirs was taken away from them, then I think they have the right to destroy what was not given to them. They burnt down Maliki's house. They brought marshmallows and graham crackers and chocolate and made s'mores. Okay, from Delta, from KTFA. Now is the best time for them to basically pull the trigger, in my opinion, because remember, this is what demonstrators want, and we all know the government is working on the budget, and they have in mind to send budget before the end of the month. If that is the case, we should see the rates before that because as they've told us, this is the budget is going to be different. It should have the rates in it. This is definitely very interesting, and I'm waiting to see the next 24 hours of what's going to happen and what the central bank's next move is going to be, and that's going to give us a window of what's going on there. Okay, from Mark Z, said, I still believe we're in a very good spot. I have a number of people that flew into Reno yesterday for appointments today. These are for currency exchanges, not currency swaps. I have other folks there that I know in real life with appointments this afternoon through Thursday morning. Question, word in Dinarland is that RV is expected by Thanksgiving. Does this mean public exchange? Answer, yes, that means us. We are the last. Redemption Center people worked part-time last weekend and are at work all week, waiting. Okay, from Walking Stick, KTFA via Frank26 says, it matters not that all the banks in Iraq do not have the smaller notes yet. What matters is that the process has started and, in my opinion, close to finishing. Then I would ask the question, how long should these notes stay in the vaults of the Iraqi banks? In my opinion, not too long, short term. Okay, from RV already, from TNT, I hope GOI gets the budget done ASAP. I do not think CBI is the holdup. And that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.